Hello, friends. Dr. J from Dr. J Does Stuff, and another episode in our continuing series on how to pass your DOT medical exam. And this one we're going to refer to as second opinions, or can you get a second opinion? Now, the information, the answer you're going to get from your provider may not be the truth, may not be accurate. So I had to look into this one, and think about when you go to a doctor and the doctor says you have this condition and this is what we're going to have to do to address that condition, and that door one, okay, let's do it, or door two, say, well, I'm going to get a second opinion on this. And then you go see another doctor, and the doctor might say, yep, I agree with that completely, or that's one pathway, but here's another pathway we can go. And so you make a decision on what the right thing for you is. When it comes to a DOT medical exam, though, it's a little bit stickier. Now, scenario A, you go in, you do your DOT medical exam, and the examiner has to make a determination at the end of the exam. It's only one of four things. It's certify you for 2 years, certify you for 1 year, disqualify you, or determination pending, which means I just don't have the information here that I need. And with determination pending, you get a certain amount of time, provided your card is not expired, to maybe go get your CPAP results, or go get this letter because you take insulin or something. And there's the four non-discretionary standards, which is epilepsy, seizures. We had a series on that, talk about that, so go look at that. Blood pressure is left up to me. So the four non-discretionary, seizures, epilepsy, hearing, vision, and then insulin. So we have a video on each of those things. Those are hard and fast. And when it comes to everything else, they leave it up to the examiner, best practices, to say, is there even 1% chance that the driver could have an incapacitating event? And if the answer is yes, then you don't certify them. But do you have the ability to go somewhere else, get a second opinion? Well, that depends. This video series actually will kind of help you, I think, because it comes down to the rules. So any DOT medical examiner has had to pass that son of a bitch test. It's hard to pass, and the information is vast. Rule for everything from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, every medication or classification of medication, and we get tested on this stuff to know it, and you become an expert for the next 10 years. But things change, rules change as we go along. So, for instance, insulin used to be an absolute zero, forget it. And now you just have to go get this letter, from your doc. So 2 years ago, when you had your medical exam, you come in, you do the exam, you get an answer, and the answer you don't like. Well, that may be the correct answer, and you don't have to like it. But if that's the rule and the rule's being applied properly, then the examiner should help you and explain, well, here's the way you can fix this, so you don't lose your CDL, you don't lose your job, with some rare exceptions. But what if the answer you're being given is wrong? Then what do you do? Well, number one, you have to know that it's wrong based on the rules. Again, that's what this whole series is about. But if you don't like the answer just because you're frustrated or you're disappointed and you don't like the answer, you cannot go doctor search or doctor hunt to get a different answer. What you can do is, if you truly believe that the answer you're being given is wrong, then you have the right to go somewhere else and get the right answer. I'm willing to bet that probably doesn't happen very often, but when it does, then you do have the right. It's not considered doctor hunting or doctor switching if the information you were given is flat out wrong. and that person wants to disqualify you, you can go to a different DOT examiner and say, hey, this person tried to fail me because of this situation, and they said this was the rule. Is that the rule? And if the answer is yes, then that's the rule. But if the answer is, well, no, that's not exactly right, then you have the right to do that. And well, again, while it's rare, you should know your rights. And I've had people, say that to me, say, well, I don't agree, so I'm going to go somewhere else. I say, well, if the other person's doing their job properly, like I'm doing, you're going to get the same answer. And if you get a different answer and they pass you, that's their license, not mine. So if you get into wreck, that's not on me anymore. But at some level up the food chain to the federal government, if they see you bouncing around from doctor to doctor, trying to get a different answer because you don't like the answer, then they can take action in that case. So you just got to be careful. You have to know if the answer you're being given at the end of your exam is not correct. Per the FMCSA rules, you do have the ability, you do have the right to go and speak with someone else and get a whole other exam. And if the answer was wrong, then the new examiner does it correctly. I've had people come to me with a 1-month card, which is extremely rare. But when it happens, it's usually a trigger that, the doctor who they previously saw just said, hey, you know what, just get out of my office. Here's a 1-month card. You're not going to lose your job. And then they come in and I go, all right, what's going on here? A 1-year card that means something pretty serious is going on. Well, the other guy didn't know what he was talking about and just wanted to get me out of his office. And well, tell me what's going on. And then sometimes I'll call the other doctor and go, hey, I got this person sitting in front of me. Oh, that guy. Tell me what happened. And then I may say to the driver, yeah, I agree with the other provider, so no. Or I don't agree with the other provider. They did not apply the rule properly per how the rule is written by the FMCSA, and I think you're okay. Or I think you're okay, but I'm going to give you a limited card, maybe a 3-month card, 6-month card. Go get this fixed. It's not a fail, but go get this fixed. And then you got to come back to me with a temporary card and then show me that the condition has been corrected. And you have to be mindful, because there is a rule that says that if you get a shortened card, like a one-time 30-day or 90-day or whatever, because of some condition that needs to be addressed, you must, underline the word, you must go back to that doctor and show that doctor or provider whatever it is that you needed to go get addressed. You can't go ping pong around just because you didn't like the answer. So just got to be careful. But again, if the answer you get is flat out wrong per the FMCSA rules, there's no penalty. You can go get a second opinion with somebody else, but you better make sure that the answer you got truly was wrong, so you don't get flagged. And then you have the ability to get the correct answer. I won't say a different answer, but the correct answer. So just be careful, know the rules. This comes up from time to time, and I've been trying to write down a list of all the different subjects to talk about. Speaking of which, if any of you have any questions as far as things you'd like to see, content about the exam you'd like, then put it in the comments and I can look at it. And if there's enough people that feel the same way about a certain subject, then we'll make a video on it and tell you the truth. So thank you for supporting the channel, and let's get you to subscribe, please. Like, comment, share, smash that bell for future notifications, and support the channel so that we can keep providing good, honest content for you. So let's keep our truckers on the road, and let's keep them safe.